What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be fishing on Lake Maxinkuckee in Indiana here, and I'm pretty excited. I've never fished this lake before and it is crystal clear. And today we're going to be testing out two different types of baits that I have also never done before. We're going to start off our day with fishing a jig head minnow. I don't have forward-facing sonar, but I'm really excited to see if I can't hook into a few smallmouth in that deep water, in this crystal clear water. We're gonna try to match the yellow perch and bluegill style color baits out here and see if we can't have some success out there. Now, glacial lakes like Maxinkuckee can be notoriously difficult for fishing because there's incredible visibility. Far casts are super important. We'll find out what the day has for us, and I'm excited to get out there on the water. But before we launch, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor of today's video, which is Southern Ducks Hat Company. I've been wearing this hat and I'm really picky about the hats that I wear. I get headaches very quickly, and these hats have been really phenomenal for me, and I love the style too. The awesome thing is that they came out with 3 new colorways. This one right here, we got this kind of icy, almost snow camo, and this more traditional green camo hats, which I'm pretty excited about. If you guys are interested in getting any of these hats, I'll leave the link in the bio below. Thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate you guys a lot. Well, we're finally out here on the water. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be throwing today on my casting rod, bait caster setup. We're going to be casting a tube jig, also known as a stupid tube, hooked weedless. There's a lot of weed lines, hoping that we might run into some fairly deep today so we can get some ambushing smallmouth. Second thing we're throwing deep is our jig head minnow, kind of with that yellow tint, with that dark back. Might be similar to a perch or some style of fish similar to that. Hopefully we can get a deep bite going today. Like I said, I don't really know where we're fishing today or what things are gonna look like, but I'm gonna be taking a look at my Garmin unit to be able to try to find drop-offs and points where the weeds and the lines, they meet a drop-off area. And hopefully if we can get a hold of one of those spots, we'll be able to get on some fish today. As you can see here, you can see right there on the unit, right there, there's some drop-off area and the weed line right there. So right at those drop-off lines, there's a lot of these weeds that are sticking up here. Gets a bit nerve-wracking with these wake boats out here, but for this kind of body of water, the drop-offs don't happen until way out deep. We're still in 9 foot and we're this far out from the shoreline. Only in 10 foot now. When you're out in the middle of this, it's incredibly difficult to actually find that weed line and stay on it so that you can cast your line and go parallel with that weed line. Very difficult. Let me know if you guys have any advice. How do you do it? So the attempt of fishing offshore has failed. We gave it a good try, tried that jig head minnow and tried that tube. Now we're gonna start taking some of those same techniques and maybe some other ones over down by the docks. Guys, I got my first bass here on I don't know how to say it. Guys, I got my first bass here. I got it on the jig head minnow, flipped it right under somebody's dock, and I pulled out this guy. He's a real light colored bass, largemouth bass. So let's go ahead and get the release. All right, brother, thank you. Let him go over there. So all I did was flipping right under this dock, right on one of those poles, flipped my jig head minnow and hooked up pretty quickly. Holy cow, this might be the biggest red eye I've ever seen in my life. Look at this thing. That 4.25 inch minnow, it absolutely choked it. What in the world? Flipping docks again. So the best thing just happened. There's the boat ramp right there. And I decided to do a few more casts, a little bit out. Came out with this bad boy. Let's see how long she is. All right, we got a good 15 and a half. Pretty good looking fish. Felt really great too. Guys, that was super, super awesome. I'm really glad that I caught a few fish on the jig head minnow. Caught 2 different species. I caught a largemouth bass and a red eye, which I think are also called a rock bass. It was an absolute ball out there on the lake today. The water was so clear and I learned a whole lot. I eliminated a lot of water in the process. I got to chart a lot of depths. Had a really hard time finding that weed line to be able to troll that minnow or whatever I was gonna throw down at that 15-foot depth, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to learn a little bit better on how to do that. If you guys have any tips or comments, go ahead and drop that in the comment section. Guys, again, one more time I want to shout out the sponsor of this video, Southern Duck Co. hats. These things are sweet. If you guys are interested in getting one of those 3 colorways yourself, link in the description. All right, subscribe.